Okay, here we are. We're in my. We've never done anything like this one before. This is Storytime from Miami, which actually should have meant it was late, and it's amazing. I'm going to show you that Storytime is about to start back here right now, and we're going to do it live. We have no idea if this is going to work, or even if the PowerPoint works, or even if really anything works. So it's pretty much like every Storytime. And we're going to go out there. We're going to start signing. Again, look in the top there where it says, anyone who wants a personalized book, I will sign it for you. Martin Luther King Jr., any of the thrillers, call Books and Books. I can personalize it to whoever you want. It's the first live story time where I can sign books just for you, which I love that we can do. And I think they're introducing me right now. I don't even really know. I don't really even know what's happening. This may not even be my son. This may be from Mary Higgins Clark. Let's see. Let's listen together. Watch this. Hi, Jamie Ellswick. I love you on Elliot in the Morning, too. Let's see. We're going to look right now. Watch.
The authors that are featured today in front of books.
It's about to start. This is it. There's a woman here. She's like, she thinks I'm crazy. Hi, Stephanie Ritter. Nice to see you, too. And Nikki Press. And David Holden. Welcome to everyone. It's like Mr. Rogers here. But again, most important thing, dream big, work hard, stay humble. We're about to start this. Wait, I think I hear myself being introduced. Wait.
Will be recording this live to all his fans.
I think he said, I'm recording live to everyone. I didn't tell them that.
Before we get everything else ready.
No. Now.
Huh?
Now.
Oh, you have to read to learn.
Okay.
Read to learn.
What is it?
Read to learn, just to explain.
Okay, you got it. We're going. We're live. Okay, see, so this is what, welcome to Miami. You know what that means? Everything's going to be 2 minutes late. We get to learn together. Okay, well, look, there's a photographer taking pictures of me. Look, take the back of my head. Look, take a picture of everyone on Facebook. Look at that. Now we take it this way. Now you see this in the newspaper. See how I just made my face serious just so I can like look cool in the newspaper? I agree. Thumbs up, Donna York. Here we go. You're almost ready to go? This is so neat, Cindy. And this is the best. Oh, that's the crowd. You hear me? You can hear the crowd out there. Good morning, Jen Smith, to you. Okay, people say they're ready. Carolyn Markowitz says awesome. And Gina says she's at the Waffle House. I love the Waffle House. Okay, well, here we go. Get ready. Okay, ready to go out there? We're going to sneak out there right now because most people say, yes, story time, yes, I want to start. Okay, we're starting then. Let's do it together. Let's see what's out here. Watch this. You're coming with me. Ready? Watch, I'm saying hi to friends.
They do?
We're live. Look, this is Mike Grunwald. You probably read his stuff too. Here we go. Welcome to Storytime. I'm going to show you right now.
Thank you so much.
Okay, here we go.
We're going to have Brad Meltzer.
Here we go, everyone. Watch this.
So let's do our loud round.
We're on live right now. Here we go. Look, they're introducing me.
This is story time. Go with me.
Here we go. Live story time. Here we go. First one ever.
Is story time. Let's
All right.
do this again. Come on, guys. One more time. 1, 2, 3. This is story time.
Okay, thank you, everyone. You are now live to at least 2 people, I think, right here. There's one. That person just dropped off. So let's make sure, because we have 100,000 people here that are going through and watching, not all of them at once. Again, I exaggerate. There's like 3 people. Can everyone hear right now? Can everyone hear there? Let's check this. Someone say yes. It works. Okay, someone says it's so exciting. So here we are. This is the first time we're ever doing this. And this is I am Martin Luther King Jr. I wrote these books because I was tired of my own kids looking at reality TV show stars and loudmouth athletes and thinking that that's a hero. And I said, you know what, I have so many better heroes for them. That's fame, and being famous is very different than being a hero. And I can tell you that it's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever been a part of, because I get people who are writing me now on this past Halloween who are dressing up as these characters and saying, Brad, this is the first year my daughter didn't go as a princess. She went as Amelia Earhart thanks to your books. And I could love and have these big dreams for my kids, but there's nothing like being someone's Halloween costume, right? It's like Darth Vader and us. That's it. I love that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do story time together. We actually got it on the screen. and we're going to read it. We're going to do it. You're going to enjoy it. There's great stuff here today. And also, let me also say for Read to Learn, for people who are buying books here, and for anyone here who's listening, that if you want to buy a book and donate it, you can donate it today to another child. So you can tell Books and Books. We have a sign here with their phone number. I don't know if it's in the shop. We may have to move it over a little bit so they can get it in the shop. But you can see the phone number on there. Or you can donate or buy any of the books here of any of the authors who are here today and tell them you want to donate it. Look at this. Look at this. It's moving. Look at that. Wait. Come back again. I want to see it again. This is fantastic. We got to get in the shot. Wait, look. I want everyone to know that's watching. This is my child, by the way. This is how we raised in our house. This way. That is it. You're perfect. Do you know how much education went into this right now? Just right here. So much education. Here, by the way, I'm going to tell everyone on Facebook because I need to know. My brother-in-law just walked in. He's late. So let's everyone on 3 say, "You're late, Adam." 1, 2, 3. You're late, Adam. That's right. Hi, Isaiah. So yeah, by the way, the best part of that, he's always late to every sign. We do that joke every time and everyone thinks it's new. No, he's just late this time. But we get our kids here, our families here. This is truly story time because there are children here that I read to all the time. And let me show everyone, we're going to start with, who's ready for, wait, I just hit my kid. That's it. We're going to start with I Am Martin Luther King Jr. Everyone ready? That is not a response. Are you ready? Okay, Marcy, I agree on Facebook. I have great kids. That's what someone just said. And Carol said, "You're late, Adam." I'm not joking. She said it right here on Facebook. Wait, another person. Marcy Hawkins said, "You're late, Adam." Carol Zanetti said, "You're late, Adam." Joshua Gagner said, "You're late, Adam." Everyone says, "You're late, Adam." I just want you to know. But Uncle Adam is wearing our t-shirt, so we love Uncle Adam. Okay, here we go. First ever live story time. I think, if it's going to work. Wait, we got to get a book. Who has a book? You got one. This is the better one. Thank you very much for this. Okay, you ready to begin? Here we go. I am Martin Luther King Jr. Let's go to page 1. I am Martin Luther King Jr. Right there. There he is. And we see him, right? We love Chris Eliopoulos' art, right? Because it looks kind of like Peanuts meets Calvin and Hobbes. And Chris is so awesome because, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't know if everyone in Storytime knows this, Chris hides me in every book. Every single book, I'm hidden in there. So I want you, while you're looking, when you see me, scream it out. There's also, we hide in every book, who's next. So if you look in every book, you can see who's next. If you find it, it's hidden in there. Also in every book is the number 27. If you find it, you can tell me. So here we go. Here's the beginning. When I was little, I used to get into a lot of accidents. One day, my little brother hit me in the head with a baseball bat. 2 other times, I mistakenly got knocked over by a car. Another day, I tumbled over our banister, then bounced through an open door into the basement. And he says, "Are you okay?" And he says, "I'm okay." And he says, and this is the lesson that matters. This is what matters, people. No matter how many times I fell, I kept getting back up. Even before I could read, I knew I liked books. My dad always talked about how I kept a lot of books around me. I used to tell my parents, when I grow up, I'm going to get me some big words. That's actually a direct quote. I didn't make that up. There's a power in words. Big words were in my future. Wow, you guys are quiet. I love that. This is my favorite story in the book, right here. When I was 6 years old, one of my best friends was a boy whose father owned a store across the street. We got it? And they're playing tag, and he says, "My friend was white, I was black. It didn't matter to us. We would play games and have fun together. But when we started going to school, everything changed. He went to a school where all the kids were white. I went to a school where everyone was black. Soon after, he told me, I can't play with you anymore." And I'm like, "Why?" He says, "My dad said so. He doesn't want us being friends." And he says, "But why? You're one of my best friends, aren't you?" He says, "Aren't you?" You see him walking away. And Martin Luther King, he didn't understand. It didn't make sense. I agree, Clarissa Richardson. This is a great book. I can see all their comments here. It's fantastic. At dinner, my parents explained, "It's because you're black and he's white." I was so mad that day. He says, "How could someone treat me differently just because of the color of my skin?" I wanted to hate my friend and his father. This is the most important lesson. Think about this, every parent here, every parent watching. But my parents told me to do the opposite, that I should love my friend, even though he hurt me. They taught me that it's better to have more love in the world than to have hate. Then my mother taught me one of the most important lessons of all. You're as good as anyone. You must never feel that you are less than anyone else. I wanted to believe it, but every day I saw the opposite. I saw you could be treated unfairly just because of the color of your skin. You can see the two schools there. I'm trying to get it so everyone can see there. If you were white, you went to a good school with great playgrounds and plenty of books. If you were black, your school was small, sometimes with no desks or even windows. Check it out, there's a playground you can see in the other school. Check it out. That playground's looking not so good, right? Guess which school was for black and guess which school was for white? It wasn't just the schools. Black people had to use different water fountains, different elevators, even different bathrooms. In fact, on a hot day when everyone wanted ice cream, if you were white, you could sit at the counter and eat from a nice dish. But since I was black, if they served me at all, it was through a side window and they put my ice cream in a flimsy paper cup. And you see there's a little girl saying, this ice cream is perfect. And Dr. King, as a little boy, is saying, his ice cream is melted. It got even worse when I was 14. This is true. I had just won a speech competition. His speech was about being fair to all people. I was so excited then on the bus ride home. A few white people got on board. You need to give up your seats to the whites. You see that? At first I stayed put. It didn't seem fair, but my teacher convinced me to move. We spent the rest of the ride standing and getting tossed in every direction. And he says it was the angriest he'd ever been in his life. Every day this is what life was like. Black people were treated terribly. The only question was, here's the page turn, right? We got a cliffhanger. What could I do about it? I'm going to show you here. You see, you know who it is? What do you got? It's not? Okay, so you're looking in the back, right? So someone sees Gandhi's in the background there, but Gandhi's not next. Keep looking, look next to him. Hint, hint, hint. George Washington. I Am George Washington's next book. He's hidden right there. And this woman says, am I the only parent that cries, even though I watch this, I love you. It says, what can I do about it? At the age of 15, I started college. By 19, I became a minister and entered seminary school to study religion. And over those years, I read the works of Thoreau and Gandhi. Thoreau taught me about civil disobedience, how an evil system could be changed without violence. Gandhi opened my mind to the power of, the boy says, nonviolent resistance. What's that? And Dr. King says, love. It's using love and peaceful methods to change unfair things in society. It was a lesson I wanted to share with everyone. In no time at all, I got my chance. You know who this is coming right here, people. You know this one. In Alabama, a black woman named Rosa Parks was told to give up her seat to a white man. It was just like what happened to me. But unlike me, Miss Parks refused. She was arrested. Early the next morning, I got a phone call from a local community leader. It's time to take a stand. We should boycott the buses so everyone knows that we won't accept this treatment anymore. They say, you know, it's not going to be easy. And he says, do not ask if it's easy. Ask if it's right. I want my kids to hear that one, right? It was just like Thoreau taught. Instead of using violence to protest the unfair rules, black people would use a peaceful method. We would not ride the public buses. Without our money, the bus companies would go out of business. Now the only question was, would it work? I love this picture. This is what Chris drew here. I got to show you up close. And on the first day of the protest, my wife called me to the window. The buses are all empty. It's working. We had to keep it going. As the head of the bus boycott, I gave one of the most important speeches of my life. And this is what I love. This is true. The room's packed. The camera crews are there. I only had 20 minutes to prepare. Think if you have 20 minutes to give the most important speech of your life. He didn't use notes, but by speaking from the heart, I found out how big words can be. And this is what he says. Ready? This is what he says, off the cuff. Real words. We are determined here in Montgomery to work and fight until justice runs down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. When the history books are written in the future, somebody will have to say there lived a race of people, a black people, who had the moral courage to stand up for their rights. I know what you're thinking. That sounds just like me when I speak extemporaneously. Right? Don't laugh at that joke. The police put me in jail saying I was breaking the law. Other folks bombed my house. But instead of using my fists, I kept my calm. By the way, I'm going to tell someone in the Florida audience, see the camera crew there? Anyone watch Calvin Hughes on Channel 10? Yes. That's him. I'm not joking. He's a friend. We put him in the book, and his wife. Don't you want to fight back? And he says, I'm a man of nonviolence, and I know that I do not stand alone. And they say, we're with you all the way, Reverend. For more than a full year, every black person in the city, and some white people too, refused to ride the buses. That meant some people had to walk for miles, but they kept going. There was a power in standing together. Eventually, our peaceful protest worked. The rules were changed. Public buses could no longer separate people based on the color of their skin. And that was only the beginning. I love this page. Soon our peaceful protests sparked other peaceful sit-ins. They had sit-ins college students were organizing, and they would not stop until everyone could eat together. Our methods of nonviolence were so powerful he got invited to the White House, but sometimes the hardest problems were right at home, and this is a true story too. Daddy, look, an amusement park, his daughter says. Please, can we go? I'm sorry, Yogi, we can't. Funtown is not open to black people. Seeing my daughter cry was one of the most painful moments of my life. It only made me work harder for change. This is the page that my nephew was obsessed with, actually. Was it easy? Absolutely not. During one protest in Birmingham, Alabama, the police again arrested me and locked me in a dark jail cell that had only one window. I can make a poster of one page. It's this page that Chris drew. Someone slipped me a newspaper in which white religious leaders had written an article calling us lawbreakers. Then someone snuck me a pen. In that jail cell, I wrote my own response in the margins of the newspaper and even on toilet paper. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. My letter from Birmingham jail was soon published as a pamphlet. Then it was in magazines and newspapers. Today it's been read by millions of people. Like I said, it is amazing how big words can be. You guys are really well behaved here. Facebook, you're not well behaved. Our message was so important, even kids your age joined us. Think about this, every kid in this room, this is vital for you. In Birmingham, during the Children's Crusade, more than 1,000 kids, some as young as 6 years old, showed up to march. That's a real quote the little girl said. Feed him, what are you here for? Right, what do you want? Feed him, she wants freedom. So 1,000 kids show up to march. The first day, the police arrested 900 of them. The next day, 2,500 children showed up ready to go to jail. Think about that when you read this to your kids. This is why you read these stories to your kids. These are young kids, as young as the kids in this room, as young as the kids watching here, that are changing the world, getting involved in the civil rights movement. This was our finest hour. Enraged that we were not giving up, the chief of police told the firemen to spray the children with water hoses and attack them with dogs. And America's watching now. They thought it would stop us. But instead, as the whole country watched on TV what they were doing to our children, it was a wake-up call for the nation's conscience. People said, how can they treat little kids like that? We need to help them. 90 days later, after these kids get involved just like you, the rules begin to change. Now, blacks and whites in Birmingham were using the same lunch counters, water fountains, and restrooms. You could feel it in the air. More change was coming. Freedom was contagious. By the summer of 1963, an estimated 1 million Americans held their own protests in cities across the country. A man named A. Philip Randolph suggested a massive march. And he says, I like the idea. Where should we have it? There's only one place. Where do they have it, people? That is it. This is the big one. Here it is. Chris had to draw every one of these people in the crowd. He was so mad at me. He curses me for every crowd shot I include. People came from almost every state. They came in nearly every form of transportation. I agree, William Hafner. This is fantastic. They even took off work and did not get paid just to be there. Old people, young people, black people, white people, even children like you. They all came to Washington, D.C. gathering in a righteous army. Why? Because they wanted to change, and they knew the surest way to change the world is to stand together. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. On August 28th, 1963, I stood at the podium and spoke what some later called my biggest words of all. Now here's the key thing you gotta know when you're reading the book. You ever seen the movie Selma? I know every little kid in this room watched Selma, but they can't use Dr. King's words. They couldn't get them. But I'm like, how are we gonna do this book if we don't get the words? We got the words, come on people, we got the words. We made him draw this thing, you know how many times I made Chris draw this art? Like 15 different times, so we can include these words. I have, how does it start? I have a what? Come on, I have a dream. Got the children now. Get emotional here. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. Let freedom ring from every mountainside. Say it. Let freedom ring. Misty, I love you too. After the March on Washington, the President and Congress passed new laws for civil rights, but that didn't mean our work was done. The greatest battle was still to come. It began with 600 activists as they marched 54 miles from Selma, Alabama to the state capital, Montgomery. Back then, there were rules that stopped black people from voting, but if you want to change the laws, you have to be able to vote for new people to make the laws. The police had billy clubs and tear gas. They attacked our group and knocked many people down, but as I learned so long ago, you have to get back up. No matter how hard they hit us, we remained peaceful. Still, we didn't get through. Here's the cool part of this. See this guy in the trench coat with the backpack right there? It's Congressman John Lewis. Famous, March with Dr. King in Selma right there. He also helped proof this book for us and read it for us. That's a scary day when you get his response back. Was thrilled to see him happy. 2 days later, we tried again. Now there were 2,500 of us. And he says, we will get to Montgomery. And they say, no, you won't. I promise you won't. And he says, once again, we tried. Once again, we did not get through. Did we give up? No. Who said yes? One person said yes, but did we give up? No. That's right, no. What do you think? What do you think? It was Sunday, March 21, 1963, our third try. Now we had 8,000 people with us. We are on the move. We shall. That is how we do it. I love that. For 2 days we marched. Rain could not stop us. The world was watching. The White House was too. President Johnson even sent troops to protect us. Check out the crowd. Black, white, Christian, Jewish, all standing together. Exhaustion could not stop us. As we reached Montgomery, Alabama, tears were shed, but this time they were tears of joy. Diane, I love that you're watching with your daughter. So awesome. I love you too. And here's the key part, the big ending. You ready? In my life, people tried to tell me I wasn't as good as they were just because of the color of my skin. When someone hurts you like that, it can be tempting to hurt them back. You must refuse. When someone shows you hate, show them love. When someone shows you violence, show them kindness. To reach our goals, we must walk the path of peace. We must lock arms with our brothers and sisters. We must march together. When you do, our voices will be heard and freedom will ring. And now you see, here's the monument of Dr. King that we know today. And he says, remember Funtown Amusement Park? Its doors eventually opened and Dr. King got to take his daughter.
I see you.
Wait, someone just said it, finally. What do you got? Logan, what do you got?
Right there in the corner.
Who do you see?
You.
Where am I?
Who's the book?
That's right. Facebook, check it out. Look, there I am. It's not that hard. Basically, Chris has turned me into the Where's Waldo of bald people. And he says, now remember, there's a national holiday for him the third Monday of every January. Think about reading this, or reading any book about Dr. King on that day. Only Washington and Lincoln get that. And they share their birthday. It's a day to remember how far we've come and how much more work there is to do. And here's the last page. Ready for it? You want to read it together? Let's read it. I am Martin Luther King Jr. I stand for peace. I stand for justice. I stand to help others. I stand as proof that no matter how hard the struggle, we must fight for what is right and work to change what is wrong. Whatever struggle you face, no matter how hard it gets, you must always move forward. I am proof of this. If we rise up, if we stand together, if we remain united, nothing can stop our dream. And that is I am Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now here's the key thing. Thank you. We're going to make it work. Okay, we can shut that part. So here's the key thing. This is important. And this is the page I wasn't going to read. If we can just shut that off, that would be great, so we don't blind everyone. I want to read for everyone, not just on Facebook, but more important here. I need to read the dedication of this book. This is a good one. This gets me emotional, people. So this book is dedicated to my father-in-law, Bobby Flam. It says, who at Jumbo's restaurant had the strength to fight for Dr. King's message. I love you for what you've done for me. I admire you for what you've done for others. And the best part, I've been on book tour all week. And I saved that one for this one because I've got the man who this is dedicated to right here. Bobby Flam, come up here. way. That's it. I love that, right? You can't do that. Last night in Oklahoma, they gave a whole church. We couldn't do that. We do that here. So, what I'm going to do real quick, should we take, I know people got to read. Let's do like 2 quick questions because I know kids like to ask questions. Then you have 4 more readers who are coming, and you're going to have so much fun, and we love this. Hold on 1 second. We get this back. I'm your shirt, by the way. Okay, quick questions. 2 questions. Yes, right here. Shh. Go ahead. The question is, I feel like I know you from the History Channel. I like to watch you a lot. That is the best question anyone has ever asked. Because the question is, how are you so awesome? Yes. You have a question too? She has it. Okay, she's got it. Sister has it. No? We're good. We're shy. Okay. And one last question, then we're going to turn this over. We're going to tell everyone on Facebook. By the way, want to bring that up one more time? So, by the way, everyone listening, the people who are still listening, again, call Books and Books. We can get you a thing. Watch this. Here comes my son in action. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, back. There. If you call that number, you can get your book personalized. Okay, yes, last question. The question is, how many books have I written? The perfect question to ask for me to plug more books. So I've written, this is our 8th book in the I Am series. We started with I Am Amelia Earhart and I Am Abraham Lincoln. And we've done I Am Rosa Parks, Albert Einstein, Jackie Robinson, Lucille Ball, Helen Keller. We did Dr. King. The next 2 books come out in September. I Am George Washington comes out with I Am Jane Goodall. And you can find those are really fun. You can see the covers on our Facebook page now. And also, The Thrill of the President's Shadow came out in paperback last week. For people with really small children, it opens up with the president's wife, the first lady, in the rose garden, is doing gardening, and out of the dirt she finds a severed arm. And in the fist of that arm is a puzzle. That's the perfect thing to read little children at night. Severed arms. I highly recommend everyone read the book with severed arms to your little kids. They will love you for it. And then the next thriller comes out in June. It's called The House of Secrets. And for those who like Decoded, you're going to see it really, really has a world in Decoded. And House of Secrets coming. So thank you to everyone here. Thank you everyone on Facebook. Hold on 1 second. And I'm going to turn, where's Ketsia? I know she's here somewhere. We're going to turn over to our next reader. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone on Facebook. We love you. Thank you to everyone from here. Mwah.